How's it going, everyone? Back again with another video. Just today, I just feel like talking about something a bit different, things that I haven't really talked about on my channel, but it's something that was near and dear to me, and that is basically the Call of Duty franchise. And seeing that Black Ops Cold War has been out for a little while now, and I figured I'd just talk about the Call of Duty franchise in general and practically just the absolute just decline of this franchise. Like something that was so great, 10, 15 years ago has just been just whittled away, practically just picked away like just nothing. It's completely, this franchise is completely done, and I'm here to pretty much tell you why this franchise has completely fallen off. Well, hang on, it's not really set in stone, but it's pretty much just my opinion of when this franchise turned to the worst. So, I'll just quickly talk about Black Ops pretty quick. Like, it's been out for a month already, and it wasn't really much of a honeymoon phase with this game. Pretty much it's been worldwide panned, just completely. No one that I know likes this game. It's pretty much just a failure of all aspects. There has been no honeymoons with this phase. It was practically, this game just released. It was like it had the wedding, kiss the bride and all that crap, and pretty much as soon as they walked down the stairs and see all the people with all that shit, there was the divorce lawyer right there. That was practically Black Ops Cold War. Like, no, there was no honeymoon phase with this game. There was no thinking, oh, this game's alright. Nah, everyone thought this game was complete dog shit. And with the gameplay that you're going to be watching in this video, I don't know what it'll be. It'll probably be, I don't know, some zombies or something. But I know for a fact it will not be Black Ops Cold War, because guess what, guys? I didn't buy this shit. I didn't buy this game at all. I practically played the beta, and pretty much I thought the beta was one of the worst things I've ever played in terms of multiplayer. Like, it was absolutely fucking atrocious. From the gameplay, to the connection, to the skill-based matchmaking, to the shit maps, to the ordinary kill streaks, just terrible net coding, just all your typical Treyarch, things that you expect. Yeah, well, they were in full force with the beta, and people have been telling me that, well, not people have been telling me, but I've been looking around and seeing what people said about the full game, and pretty much they said that the beta is better than the full game. And I'm thinking to myself, well, shit, if that's the case, then this game must be fucking absolutely terrible, because the beta was so bad. It was so terrible that I couldn't believe that people think that the beta was better, because the beta was so bad, guys. So I'm glad I didn't buy this game. I'm just, jeez, what can I say, guys? Like, with Call of Duty, Call of Duty has practically turned into Guitar Hero. Pretty much just make a game every year and just milk this franchise to oblivion, and try to make as much money as possible, and just don't give a shit about the quality or anything. So that's 2 for 2 with Activision. They're doing the same thing with Guitar Hero that they're doing with Call of Duty. Just make a game and we don't give a fuck about it. Just release it. People will buy the shit, and we don't care how great it is. They're just gonna buy it, and just fucking awful, guys. Like, oh man, what has happened to this franchise? Seriously, I remember the very first time I played Call of Duty. It was, I'll tell you the story. It was back in 2007. Jesus, I was still in primary school. I was in year 6, and one of my friends invited me over, and first thing, he had the PlayStation 3, and one thing about me is I didn't even know that the PlayStation 3 came out. Like, I was so oblivious back then, that I didn't even know the new generation of consoles came out. Like, that's how big of a difference it was back 15 years ago. Like, the information was there, but it was just, I don't know, it was just, it was just hard to find. And like, Jesus, I couldn't believe it. Like, I couldn't believe that the new generation of consoles. But anyway, he had this, and he had COD 4, and my God, guys, like, I remember playing Call of Duty for the very first time with COD 4, and whoa, I was absolutely blown away by it. From the gameplay to the graphics to everything, it was just absolutely phenomenal. Like, it was so good that I didn't want to leave his house. That's how good this franchise was to me. And COD 4, like, I'll say it before and I'll say it again, that COD 4 is not only the best Call of Duty game to ever come out, it's not the best FPS game to ever come out. It is, in my opinion, the best multiplayer game to ever come out, ever. It was that good to me. And I was just blown away by this game, this franchise. It was just absolutely phenomenal, just how great it was back then. Back in 2007, and you had 2008 with World at War, which was very good as well. And then you had Modern Warfare 2, which was just I don't care what anybody said. I loved Modern Warfare 2. Yes, it had its problems, but geez, guys, like, I'll tell you what, I'll let you guys know right now, I would happily take Modern Warfare 2 with all the problems that it had, with the one-man army, you know, Danger Close, YouTube, all that stuff, Commando, all that. I would happily take that game over every single multiplayer game that came out in the 8th generation put together. Seriously, that's how great that game was, and that's how I feel about, you know, the 8th generation of multiplayer games. But yeah, so that's how great this franchise was to me. Just absolutely phenomenal. And just over time, it just declined, and I'm practically going to tell you guys how I feel about this franchise. So back in 2010, this is practically sorry, I'm mumbling on and on, but this is, in my opinion, why this franchise has completely fallen off a cliff. Was back in 2010. I remember the date very well, 26th of March 2010. This is the day when Call of Duty practically died. 2 days before my birthday, we started to hear words about Infinity Ward, and how Infinity Ward and the main, you know, the main guys there, like Jason West, Vincent Zampella, they were all kicked out because of Activision. And jeez. And back then, practically a couple of days after that, they filed the lawsuit, and pretty much Infinity Ward was not Infinity Ward anymore. And because of that, the main head honchos at Infinity Ward weren't there. Treyarch, in my opinion, who were copying Infinity Ward to the T, like dead serious. With COD 4, with World at War, it was practically COD 4 with just in a World at War setting with just shitty, you know, a shittier engine and shitty net coding and all that. And yeah, I personally think that's when Call of Duty went downhill, when the original Infinity Ward when they left, it just, the guys that were still at Infinity Ward were not good enough, and then Treyarch didn't really have anybody to copy, so they went on their own, you know, their own route, and just, yeah, I don't care what anybody says, like, practically everything after Modern Warfare 2 was just continuously going downhill. With Black Ops 1, I know people consider it as a good game, and to an extent it was, but it was nowhere near as good as World at War, and definitely nowhere near as good as Modern Warfare 2 and COD 4. And then we had Modern Warfare 3, which was, I'm saying it now, but I didn't really like Modern Warfare 3 at the time. And then Black Ops 2, with people consider that as a good game, and to an extent it is. I'll tell you what, guys, like, I would happily take Black Ops 2 over every game as well, and Modern Warfare 3. Games that I wasn't a fan of, I'd happily take it over. And yeah, it was just a continuous decline after that. With Ghost, it was terrible. Advanced Warfare with Sledgehammer, that was their first game, and that was atrocious. Absolutely terrible. Then Black Ops 3, which people kind of consider good. Oh, excuse me. But that's mainly due to the fact that all the games around it were, you know, just not as... The other games around it were just so bad that this game was considered actually good, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but I personally didn't like Black Ops 3, and after that it was practically the same with Infinite Warfare, which was hated. World War Three. That was, I mean, not the one from Sledgehammer. World War what the fuck was it called? Was it just World War Two? Yeah, yeah. I didn't play it, but I heard it was bad. Black Ops Four the same, but and yeah, it just went continuously downhill from there, and just with Call of Duty nowadays, it's just turned into an MLG, skill based matchmaking, just disaster. Like people thinking that this MLG thing was going to take off, and Treyarch was definitely the ones that started this with Black Ops 2, thinking that they wanted to go down the MLG route, thinking that this was going to be a big thing. Yeah, well, no, that fell flat on its face. The fact that most of these MLG tournaments struggled to get 100,000 views on Twitch when the player base was about 16 million. Yeah, you can do the percentage there. So yeah, that was practically a failure. And they also implemented skill-based matchmaking, which everybody's talking about right now, and how much of a disaster it's been. Well, I've known this since 2012 when Treyarch did it with Black Ops 2. Like this was just going to be a disaster, and over time, it just got consistently worse. Just with it, Black Ops 2 was bad. Advanced Warfare was really bad. Black Ops 3 was bad. I don't know about Infinite Warfare. I don't know how about that. I really don't think it was that bad in Infinite Warfare, but nonetheless, then you had World War 2. I heard was bad. Black Ops 4 and then Modern Warfare, and now with Black Ops Cold War, which was absolutely atrocious. The fact that practically everything is like practically everything's a 1v11 situation where the game recognizes you as a good player. It puts you with the most useless cats in existence on your team, and then puts you against parties of, just semi-good to pretty good players, and it's just like, hey, that's skill-based matchmaking. We'll just that's how it balances out. We put a really good player in the lobby, and then we just mix around with bad players and ordinary players. Yeah, it's just been terrible. So yeah, this franchise is practically done. It's finished. I've known it for a while now, since like I said, I knew around 2010 that this franchise was going to go downhill, and just over time it's just gotten consistently worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, and it's just it's such a shame too. A franchise that I once loved, where literally when I was at high school, where COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 was out, like I'll tell you what, guys, like I had a pretty bad problem when those games were coming out. Like when they were out, I didn't really give a shit about school. I didn't care about anything. All I cared about was just getting home immediately and playing COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I didn't care about any homework. I didn't care about school. I didn't care about if there was an assignment coming out and it's due tomorrow and I haven't even started. It doesn't matter. Modern Warfare 2's here, and that's all that matters. So yeah, it's just incredible how bad this franchise has fallen off. I went from someone who played COD average 5 hours a day, not even joking, that's how great it was, to someone who hasn't bought a COD game in like 5 years. It's just been unbelievable how bad the decline this franchise has been, and it's a shame too, because it used to be so great. Same with Halo. Like Halo used to be great. It's not good. It's on the decline too. It's just sad that all these multiplayer games that were so great in the 7th generation have just fallen off completely, and COD is definitely the biggest one. Now we got these other games like Fortnite and all the battle royales, which, if you've seen my 8th generation video, you know what I feel about them. And yeah, it's just been terrible, guys. It's such a shame too. Like, man, I miss when COD was great. I miss playing with kids in my year, even though I wasn't, when I was at high school, I didn't really I wasn't really a big fan of most of the kids in my high school, but at least they had something in common, that we used to play COD together, and it was great. It formed relationships that I didn't expect to, because if I wasn't playing Modern Warfare 2 with them, I probably wouldn't really talk to him or be friends with him. So yeah, that's how great this franchise was, and how bad it's fallen off. Like pretty much everybody that I knew playing this franchise. Is just, it went from everybody playing it to barely anybody in 2020. So yeah, just such a shame too. But anyway, it's nonetheless, yeah, just the fact that Infinity Ward, the main head, Jason West, Vincent Impella, left Infinity Ward. That's when it really started to go downhill, because in my opinion, they were the talent, they were the head, they were the brains, they were the brawn, they were everything, and everybody, and Treyarch copied them, and made their games pretty good. And then once they left, it was just like, oh god, just fucking awful. But anyways, guys, yeah. That'll do for me today. Yeah, just the reason why COD has fallen off. Just, it's nowhere near as good as it used to be, and it's such a shame too. But anyway, I'm just hoping that I'm kind of hoping that in the 9th generation, that the guys at Respawn, the one who used to be in Xfinity Ward, would just fuck off from EA and just make a first-person military shooter, practically COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, and then we'll be back to business again, because they're just dicking around with Titanfall and some other games. I heard in the Video Game Awards they had some sort of VR game, and it's like, who gives a shit? Just make a first-person military shooter, and everybody will play it easily. Respawn. If anybody here from Respawn's listening to me, even though they're not, here's my advice: leave EA, because they're garbage, and just make a first-person military shooter, and you'll be just practically COD 4, just reincarnated, and you'll be back in business. Like, everyone will love you. So yeah, guys, that'll do for me today. So thank you guys for watching. I might come up with another video soon, hopefully, if I'm not doing anything. But yeah, just within the at the moment, there's nothing to really talk about, guys. I'm hoping with the 9th generation coming out, hopefully there's something good to talk about, like some sort of multiplayer game, or something to interest me, because there's nothing that interests me at the moment. It's just, gaming's just been, it's been dry for a while. Like, I know it's the start of the new generation, but it's been dry for me for a little while. So please, can something good come out? Like I can't wait for I need to get a PlayStation 5 first, but I can't wait for Destruction All Stars. Like, between you and me, guys, I reckon it could be the next big thing if it turns out to be a somewhat decent game, because it looks interesting, it looks unique, it hasn't been done before to an extent, and it looks like it's been catered for all ages. So hopefully that can be a good game, and just hopefully it can be a fucking multiplayer game that I can play, because I have not played any multiplayer games in so long. It's just been so sad. No COD, no Battlefield, no nothing. And I can't stand Battle Royale, so I'm not playing that crap. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna get going. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Alright, bye-bye.